Hi there, Tim Bauer here from LiveVideoGuitarLessons.com with the practice tip of the day. This one's for the beginning player, and today I want to talk about buying your first guitar. What to do and what not to do. First thing, this is just my opinion, but I personally would never buy a guitar online. I would never buy a guitar that I couldn't play first. Even if I didn't know how to play, that's my other point. You want to play your guitar first. You want to play lots of guitars to compare it to other guitars. And if you don't know how to play at all, try to find a friend, drag a friend down to the music store with you, and get that friend to play a lot of guitars and kind of tell you how they feel. Because if you don't know how to play, it's kind of, you don't really know what you're looking for. Okay, back to the online thing. I'll buy lots of stuff online, but nothing as personal as a guitar. Guitars are just a big chunk of wood, and they're all different. They all have their own individual characteristics. Even a guitar, same brand, made by the same guy in the same factory on the same day. They're all a little different. But I can kind of show you some things to look for. All right. So, but I'll buy picks and strings and capos and straps, and I'll buy all that stuff online. Sometimes I like to support my local music store, so I try to buy them at the local music store. But sometimes I'll get something online. I might even buy an amplifier online if I've heard it first. Might hear it, or have a friend that has one. I've heard it. I know what they sound like, because amplifiers are just. I'm looking down. You can't see my amplifier down there. I'm looking at it. But an amplifier is just electronics. They're pretty much going to be the same. Okay, so anyway, if you can't find a friend to play, and you have to go play them yourself, let me show you some things to look for. First thing you want to do, you want to play a wide variety of guitars. Get the salesperson in the store to help you, and play play the most expensive guitar, a couple of the most expensive guitars in the store. Go find yourself a $3,000 version of the guitar that you're looking for. I'm not sure if you're looking for acoustics or electrics, but find a really expensive one and play some of the nice ones. And like I said, get the salesman to help you, because if you don't know how to play, you shouldn't be messing around with a really expensive guitar without somebody there to kind of show you the ropes. And then find some really inexpensive ones in the store, $125 or $150, and play some of those. And you'll feel a huge difference in how they feel. And what you're looking for action on the action is the string height. This guitar has really good action on it. I'm going to try to hit this where you can see it. And hope you can see that. Get it to the right end. All right. So if you can see, this string is really close to the top of the frets there. And this is an old guitar, so the frets are kind of worn down, but it doesn't have anything to do with play. In case you're noticing, they're a little flat. That's why this guitar is like 35 years old. I've had it for a long time. But anyway, if you notice, see that string is nice and close to those frets all the way down. All right. So let me show you another guitar. This guitar, the neck has been broken on this guitar. And this is what you don't want. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing here. Move this other guitar out of the way. And notice, I keep this one kind of bang around on. But if you notice, I'm trying to get it where you can see the height. There we go. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get the right angle on it. That's pretty good, I guess. Okay, if you notice, the string's pretty close to the fret down there. It plays okay down there. But as I get down here, I'm trying to hold it where you see how high that string's getting off the frets, way down here. That's the guitar you don't want. That actually is way too high. And like I said, the neck has been broken on this guitar. This is just kind of a beater guitar for me. So anyway, so I'm gonna put that back. And there's a big difference between electric guitars and acoustic guitars. This one has really nice action on it. This is an acoustic guitar, although I bought this one because it looks kind of funny. It stands out when you do a show. That's not a reason to buy a guitar, by the way, but I kind of needed something a little different looking. All right, so see, let me get that where you can see the string height. There we go. So that's nice and low. It's a little bit higher than the electric guitar. Acoustic guitars do play a little higher. But you see, it's nice and. Sorry, I'm having trouble holding this where you can see it. There we go. It's nice and low all the way down. So that's kind of what you're looking for. Okay. And you'll notice a lot of difference in the way the guitars feel. And you want to make sure the guitars don't buzz. I have this one. This one needs a fret job, so it's going to buzz a little bit. and I set my action really low. Even after I get it from the store, you can adjust your guitar. I suggest you do that. You don't do that yourself, but you know, there are adjustments you can make to lower the strings even more. And I lower mine down till they buzz a little bit, not a lot, just till they buzz, because I want the action as low as possible, because I can play faster that way. It's a lot more comfortable. So anyway, so you want to take it, just kind of walk up. Once you find one, you know, you narrowed it down. And by the way, if you hadn't played 12 or 15 guitars, you hadn't played enough. Play a bunch of them. All right, so then you narrow it down to a couple, and then you just kind of walk up all the frets. And make sure none of them sound, this is my buzziest fret. Make sure none of them sound like this. This one buzzes because it's worn out. There's as you play a guitar a lot, the frets get these little indentations in them from the string hitting. So in the frets you play a lot, the dents are deeper than the frets you don't play a lot. So the indentation in this front fret here is deeper than the one here, and it buzzes on that front fret. But a brand new guitar, that's not. If it's buzzing. If a brand new guitar is buzzing, it has nothing to do with that. So, you know, it's a neck problem with that guitar. So you probably don't, if you have a lot of them that are buzzing, you don't want that one. Okay, let's see. Well, I guess that should about do it. Try to get a feel all the way up the neck, and make sure they don't get like way high up off the neck when you get down here. I mean, you're not going to be playing a lot up here, but that's an indication something's not set up right with that guitar if they're close back here and like real high down here. Also, you know, you can catch sales if you're looking for a student model acoustic guitar. I mean, you can find a decent one. You play a bunch of them, but you can find a decent one or a playable one for, you know, on a good day, you know, $130 maybe. I've seen them down as low as $100. And that's really due more to a sale than anything else. What I would caution you against doing is you know, sometimes you'll see a $75 guitar at a retailer, not a music store, but just a regular retail store. You usually don't want those. And don't buy the, again, just my opinion, because, you know, people have their own opinion on this, but I don't ever buy the package deals. You know, if I'm looking for an electric guitar and it's in a box with an amp and a strap and a capo and some picks, and I would never buy that unless the salesman will let you play it first. And usually they won't break those packs open for that. Same reason I won't buy one online. If I can't play it first, I don't want it. I don't care what kind of deal. You know, if you save you know, a few dollars on a guitar that you don't like, you haven't saved anything. It's better to spend a little bit more money and get a guitar that you enjoy playing. You don't have to spend, you know, several $100s. You can get a decent one. If you're bumping up around, you know, in the neighborhood of $200, you're okay there. You still have to play them because you'll still find some that sound bad. Or play bad. You can find a. I've seen, you know, I'm not going to mention any brand names, but I've seen plenty of expensive guitars that just play horribly. They just, you know, they're just not set up right. I'm talking like, you know, $3,000 guitars. Sometimes they're just not good. You just have to play them all. And you know, try to with musical gear, you really get what you pay for. I don't think I've ever gotten a deal on anything that I've bought. You know, if I bought something cheap, I got something cheap. You know, it wasn't worth, you know, it wasn't worth the investment. And it's hard enough to learn how to play guitar. It's not super hard, but it's hard enough to learn how to play guitar. If you have a guitar that has super high action on it, that causes a lot of problems in the learning process that we won't go into here. But, you know, the guitar won't stay in tune. Your fingers, you have to push the strings down so far, it's hard to get your fingers to clear. You end up touching strings you're not supposed to touch and muting those out. It makes it really hard to play the chords. Do yourself a favor and spend a few extra dollars and get a decent guitar, and that, it won't guarantee success, you know, learn how to play, but it almost guarantees failure if you buy a really inexpensive guitar. They're so hard to deal with, and it's not the student, it's the guitar. So, like I said, you know, you catch a good one, you know, good sale, you can find them $130. I would recommend, you know, as of 2015. I'm not sure, you know, when you're watching this, but you know, you start getting into the better guitars, not the, you know, guitars that artists would use, but you know, if you're up in the upper hundreds, $180 or so, now you're getting better quality guitars. And then the next tier, you're looking at, you know, $400 guitars, and you know, that's better than the 200 and that sort of thing. So anyway, but you don't want a super expensive guitar to start with. You learn how to play an inexpensive one, not a cheap one, a budget model around $180, $200, and then you graduate into, you know, more expensive ones, you know, better ones. And you want to wait on buying the expensive ones anyway, because after you know how to play, you'll know more about the kind of guitar you want. So anyway, hopefully that helps. I know I ran a little long there. It's kind of a big subject, but I just wanted to kind of give you some pointers on you know, purchasing guitars. So anyway, thanks for tuning in for this practice tip. Tune in again tomorrow for another one, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.